Hello Internet, I'm Baltmatrix, and today we're taking a look at Transformers Kingdom Core Class Soundwave. This figure was provided to me by Nemesis Slime over on Twitter and Instagram. So let's go ahead, open it up, and take a look. Our little audio file here is absolutely adorable. I love the way this thing looks. It is so good and so G1. And in this case, that is actually a good thing. It's well painted too for its size. I'm really kind of stunned because Hasbro, for these core class figures, is doing a darn good job on the painting and the face and the, well, I don't know if that's a sticker there at the front. That face alone is painted pretty well. They kind of went a little bit ham on the silver and got the sides of his head as well. It would have been nice if they didn't do that, but oh well. Hey, the missiles are painted. That's more than you could say for some of the figures, even larger ones. When compared with his other fellow Deceptidudes, he scales perfectly fine. In fact, he's the least kibbly of the three. Obviously, he's going to be dwarfed by his Siege and Earthrise counterparts, but I've got to say, I think I really like the coloring on this little dude. And the molding, it seems cleaner to me for some reason. Well, it sure as hell is cleaner than Schmutz McGee over here in the Siege line, but overall, it works. The aesthetic works incredibly well. Like Megatron and Starscream ahead of him, he's very posable, but it's weird. The posability is really weird because some joints are super tight and some joints aren't. Head is on a ball joint and it's tight in the side-to-side motion, but back and forth it's a little bit on the loose side. Shoulders a ball joint, very, very tight. Elbows a ball joint, not very tight. Wrists do, well, they collapse for transformation. There is no torso swivel, but there are hip ball joints that are unfortunately limited because of, well, molded plastic bits, especially going backwards. Going forwards, however, you can kick forward, kick you right in the cast iron manifolds, we'll say. Hips are a little bit on the loose side. So are the swivels at the thighs. They're really loose. But the bends at the knees, those are tight. And the ball joints in the feet are very tight, but lack a lot of range. It would have been nice if there was, I don't know, just a little bit of clearance so that the feet can move side to side as opposed to just forward and back for the transformation. Soundwave comes with a couple of accessories. You've seen two of them already. Gun, missile launcher. Both of them can be pulled off and just left off to the side. However, every time I pull out the missile launcher, it leaves some residue behind. Nowhere to store it on the back, unfortunately. And then there's the other accessory. Little tiny laserbeak. And the laserbeak is painted! It's painted! Look at that! Like 3 years ago, 4 years ago, this would not have been painted. But it slides right in and closes up quite nicely. Soundwave's transformation is easy, and I'm fine with that. Turn the head around 180 degrees and fold it back. Take the fists and fold them into the forearms. Take the shoulders and push them straight back there in these little pegs that the forearms will peg into. So do that on both sides, like so. Take the feet and fold the feet into the back of the legs. Turn the legs out and then flip up the legs and they will peg into these peg holes in the shoulders. And we're done. That's it. That's all she wrote. Okay, we're not totally done. You can then peg in the missile launcher and the gun onto these little holes in the back. And let me tell you, hardest part of the transformation right here. This is a lot more difficult than it should be. It's probably because that hole's round, that hole is not. When you do get them pegged in, they look something like this. This is an adorable little Soundwave. I love it. Yeah, it's a little big for a tape deck, but it's supposed to be kind of like a larger tape deck that you would plug into a sound system, not a boombox. I like it a lot. I think it's really cool. Seeing Soundwave carry a mini version of himself that's as good as his current version it's real weird. Now, if you were to put an ion blaster to my head and ask me which one is best, I have to go with the Earthrise larger version of Soundwave. I think that's a better figure. But this little tiny core class figure is hitting all the same buttons and sweet spots. The only thing that it's lacking is, well, a fully transforming laserbeak. That's it. It hits all of the other notes that this bigger figure hits. And that's saying a lot for a tiny little thing like this. So folks, if you can get a hold of one of these Soundwaves, I strongly recommend picking them up. Hell, if you can get a hold of Soundwave, Starscream, and Megatron, pick them up. They're all great. At this size class, they're fantastic. Thank you so much for watching this video review. As always, be sure to hit those like and subscribe buttons, and please let me know what you think of this down in the comments. I have been Baltmatrix, and I'll catch you all next time.